everyone's start of the week has been well. Today, I wanted to focus on this coaching session about your lead gen pillars, right? We've all heard it before, um, all the different pillars that are available to us, but are we actively working them and have we identified what those pillars are? Before we can accomplish anything, we have to make a plan, right? We got to have a vision. We have to write down what our tasks are going to be to accomplish things. And your lead gen pillars are exactly that. That's what's going to help feed your business. You do not want to put all your eggs in one basket, right? We've heard that with investing stocks and really everything in life. You want to have multiple sources. You are a business. All successful businesses have multiple lead generation tactics and pillars. Think of even Starbucks or retail places or any type of service business. You've got to have multiple avenues to feed the animal. So we're going to go through, I created this guide. We don't have a deck today. So I'm just going to go through this guide that I created. I will show you where you can go and download it so that you can get a copy, so you can print it, fill it out, and have it near your desk or laptop so that you're looking at it each day. Okay, so we're gonna talk about what are your natural talents? What are you naturally good at? I truly believe that when we work on things that we enjoy or that we're just naturally good at, we get from A to B much quicker. We tend to be happier, and we are able to get a lot more accomplished when we do those things. Now, when I talk about that, I don't mean stay in comfort. Okay, I want to be clear about that. We always want to push ourselves out of our comfort zone. However, when it comes to certain tasks, especially owning a business, a lot of times we force ourselves to do things that we just don't enjoy or that we just don't like. And yes, we have to do those things sometimes in life because that's just how it is. However, a lot of the things that we can outsource or delegate, we should, so that we can focus on those key things that drive business forward. And revenue generating tasks are a big piece of that. And that is your lead generation pillars. Even when we're talking about, we're going to talk about paid advertising. So Google pay-per-click or Meta ads, or maybe you're part of a Zillow program or any other CRMs that are offering lead generation. You still have to have the accountability and follow-up process to be able to continue that through the pipeline. Meaning you can generate leads are unlimited, quite frankly. You can pay to generate leads are unlimited. But what are you doing on that daily basis to get them pushed through that pipeline? Okay, so if you're doing social media content, right, and you're starting to get DMs, coming in and people reaching out. Maybe you're an agent that doesn't believe leads come from social media. And I'm here to tell you, I work with agents on a daily basis that are killing it on social media. But the difference is the type of content they're putting out, the consistency and accountability is really the driving force behind that. Maybe you're just not great at writing or content creation. And that's the whole point of talking about and reflecting on what are you naturally good at? Maybe you're not great at talking on the phone or cold calling. There's agents that are doing amazing things reaching out to for sale by owners or expireds or any other type of cold calling. Maybe objection handling is difficult for you, and that's okay. Just because someone's killing it with cold calling doesn't mean that you need to kill it with cold calling or try to mimic that when it's just not naturally part of your being. That makes sense. Okay, so we all have natural talents and skills that we're good at, and we oftentimes overlook those because they come so natural. So that's why I highly empower you guys to, when I show you where to download this, to go through this plan, understand yourself on what you are willing to or what you're able to, with the least resistance, be able to have as your 3 to 5 pillars when it comes to lead generation. So we're going to go through some steps here, um, through this packet. But before we do, I'd like everyone, I want this to be a little bit interactive, at least in the beginning. If everyone on the call can tell me where you are right now with lead generation, with your pillars. Are you relying on one source? Do you have multiple? Where are you at with that? And the other question is how much time are you spending on those activities each day? We'll go through Monday through Friday, right? We'll keep it simple. So are you spending 30 minutes a day prospecting and working those lead gen pillars? An hour a day? Maybe it's 15 minutes a day. Maybe it's a few hours a week, or maybe it's 0, right? That's a possibility. We're just waiting for those referrals to come in. And referrals is part of it, right? That is a lead gen pillar. However, again, what are you doing on a daily basis to increase those or ensure that that flow continues? Are you taking those folks out to coffee? Are you meeting with them? Are you calling them? You having actual conversations, not necessarily about real estate, right? You can use a Ford method. Go through and just have a conversation like you're talking to a friend. See how life's doing. Real estate's going to naturally come up, guys, as we know. They're going to ask you. They know you're in business. It's going to naturally come up. Let's see what everyone's putting in here. Heather said 30 minutes Monday through Friday. Nicole, half hour a day, hour on a good day. Love it. The honesty, guys, right? New agent, have not identified which one. Perfect. This is going to be great for you, Debbie. It's going to be great. And here's the thing. The more prospect and the more time you're putting towards these lead or revenue generating tasks, the more growth you're going to have in your business. It's just how it works. But again, you have to have, what are those pillars? And you can't, again, have all your eggs in one basket. Here's the thing. Things happen. Referrals, they dry up and they become a lot more. They dry up, they come up. There's that ebb and flow. Markets shift. This is why you have to have 3 to 5 so that when those things do happen, you still have other sources coming in. You're still getting fed those leads so that you're not having that up and down. I just want to see whatever else is saying in here. Every day, but only 30 minutes-ish. I love the ish. I have leads that come in from Opcity, a separate paid source that I'm working on following up with. New agent, no idea how else I should be finding them. I love that. Opcity is great to start. Keep those going in. Our team, has done Opcity and some other programs like that. And again, it's another lead pillar, right? Now, if you're only focusing on one source, and you're like, oh, these leads are bad, because it does take time to follow up with leads, right? We have to meet them where their timeline is. It's not going to happen overnight necessarily. Edward's working on a funnel creation now. I love that. Trisha's got one source, phone once a week, at least 3 hours. Hey, 3 hours, I'll take it. That's awesome. Very good, guys. So we all are, it seems like we have something in the works or going, but definitely we can always fine tune. And I believe this step-by-step process is going to help you guys get there. So step 1, right? What are you naturally good at? What are those natural skills and talents that you may not know? Again, because it comes so natural. So here are some of the different things that maybe you're natural at, and then we're going to dive into step 2, which is the actual pillars that these will align with. So you want to, check these or write these down, the ones that apply to you. For instance, if you can easily connect with people and build trust quickly, networking and building those relationships or referrals are probably going to be huge. But what are you doing to ensure that that continues and you stay in front of those folks? Are you reaching out to them quarterly? Is it monthly? Are you doing events with them? Are you, maybe it's those pop buys or whatever it may be, right? So what are you doing? What are those tasks? And we're going to get to that in step 4 on what those actual tasks look like. Maybe you enjoy creating content and, engaging with folks online, building relationships that way. Maybe social media and digital marketing is your something you want to double down on. Okay. Again, cold calling. There are folks that are super comfortable, can pivot and handle those objections flawlessly. And that's why they do so well at cold calling. As opposed, if I were to do cold calling, I'm fumbling. It's not working. right? Because it's not natural. It's not coming out natural. It doesn't feel natural for me. Okay. So, um, maybe it's hosting those events or open houses. Maybe you're doing open houses. You're much better face to face as opposed to on the phone. So maybe you're doubling down on those open houses and you're doing multiple a month. But you're not just doing an open house, you're planning ahead, right? It's not Thursday or Friday. You're like, I think I'm going to do an open house Saturday or Sunday. You need some time to plan. Okay. You want to make sure that you have enough promotion going out, that you're out there door knocking and having those conversations. Again, if you're comfortable face to face, maybe you have a flyer or something that gives obviously details on the home, but more importantly, market updates or stats on that subdivision or area over the last 90 days. What does that look like? Have that conversation with them, right? The beauty of that is now you have their address, right? Because you're at their house, you're shaking their hand, you're talking to them. Follow up is going to be a lot easier. Okay. So then afterwards, again, we can generate all the leads and conversation we want, but what's the follow up look like? After that conversation, after the open house, are you then delivering something of value, a follow up packet or something to them? Okay. Again, maybe you're a good writer. So you're doing blogs or you're doing Google Business Profile posts. Maybe you're great at public speaking and presentations. Maybe that's something you enjoy. Maybe one of those pillars are buyer webinars or seller webinars or seminars. Maybe 55 plus. Maybe the elder community is something that you have passion about, want to focus on. Veterans. Those are great seminars and presentations. How you can give back. There's a program called Homes for Heroes that help for, or for first responders and teachers and things like that. Those are awesome. Maybe you're data driven and you're going to analyze the data for the local market updates and you are going to deliver those simple CMAs, right? Even if it's one page, simple CMA, right? Here's what your home is worth, or here's what the top industry AVMs or valuations are saying your home is worth. I have my opinion, but I'm curious about yours, whether that's an email or a text, or you're dropping it off. Hey, I just wanted to drop this off. This is what the latest, high level view. I've got my opinion, curious about yours. Man, the agents that are utilizing that, the response, I've never had somebody say no when they come back and say, oh, you know what? If I could get that, I'd sell today. Or, you know what? That seems low. Like that, I definitely think my home is worth. I think you're right. Let me dive a little bit deeper and I'll get you a more comprehensive CMA that you can take a look at. Not one person in my experience has ever said no. Okay. So again, provide value, find ways to connect with that. Some other natural talents is maybe you love systems and you're very organized. So you're doubling down on that CRM, right? When those leads come in, you got to make sure that you're honing in on that. Maybe you're great at problem solving and negotiation. This is great with objections, right? Are you a problem solving negotiator? Are you able to pivot quickly and create solutions for your clients? So step one, again, you want to identify what you're naturally good at. Okay. You don't want to force it. Again, I'm not saying to stay comfortable and not push yourself, but we always try to force ourselves into situations or into lead generation tactics that just aren't natural for us, right? It's that if you feel that resistance, it might not be great. Okay. We can always get better, right? Over time, we get better at things. We learn how to drive a car. We learn technology. We learn the internet, all those different things. You can learn scripting better. You can get better at digital marketing, right? We just have to take the time to do it. So step one, identify what you're naturally good at between these categories. You can select all that apply. And then this is what's going to help you choose through step two when we talk about the different lead pillars. So there are an enormous amount of lead pillars out there, but I wanted to select a great handful here to at least get you going. And this is the majority of them. So, we're talking about sphere of influence referrals, right? Maybe that's past client follow-ups. Maybe it's those coffee dates or pop buys, networking. Okay. So, maybe again, you're dedicating one lunch a week to a client or a couple lunches a week or coffees or something. That includes vendor partners, man, even your lenders or, accountants or anything like that. they know a lot of people. They know a lot of agents. So you want to make sure that you're touching base with them and chatting with them. Social media marketing, maybe that's you're putting out Instagram content, Facebook, on all these different social media platforms. LinkedIn, that goes hand in hand with referrals, guys. LinkedIn is the most underutilized social media platform. Social media, I use air quotes because it's still professional, but it's the oldest, 23 years, the amount of SEO power. Okay, so when we're talking about referrals, I don't mean just from your past clients or your sphere. I'm talking about agents and feeder markets. That's why I wanted everyone at the beginning to throw in the market that you're in. And LinkedIn's a great way to connect with those other agents. Okay, stay in front of them. Make sure you're posting content there, good content, so that you stay in front of them over and over again. But reach out to those folks in the feeder markets that are moving to your market. So I'm in Arizona, right? I know we have Southern California and Vegas on here too. We happen to have lots of California coming here. Okay, Washington, Chicago, parts of Florida, Texas, right? You got to understand where those are, and those are the markets that you want to connect with those agents in there. But LinkedIn is a great way to do that. Maybe you're a great writer, right? So that content marketing. Okay, so maybe you're doing community guides. Maybe you're doing, you can do ads or giveaways for a PDF download on a guide. Things you need to know before moving to X market. Okay, it's a free piece that they can download. You're capturing their information, and now you're in front of them, providing value. Okay, maybe it's a guide on, 7 things you need to know before selling your house in whatever market it is. Okay. Maybe it's Google. Okay, so you got, of course, your Google business profile. That is a free location, guys. Google owns 94% of the search engine market. Number 2 is YouTube. Who owns YouTube? Google. Okay, so Google business profile is a strategy. Posting content there. Don't just check the box and leave it blank. Google's not going to give anyone any love for that. You gotta play the game. You gotta feed them so that they can feed you. Maybe you're doing Google pay-per-click ads, right? Those are great lead sources. Good quality, intent behind it. Someone's going to search homes for sale in Temecula or wherever it may be. That's intent there. But any type of paid advertising and any type of lead generation in general, what is your follow-up process? It takes humans 7 to 8 times before they start to pay attention and get interested in something. Okay. So if you're generating leads or anything, or you're posting on social media and a week goes by, or a few leads come in and you're like, man, this isn't doing anything, I'm not doing it. Don't get discouraged. You got to give yourself 90 days to actually start to build that habit and really see some results so that you can analyze those and decide if you need to pivot. Okay. So again, you can generate as many leads as you want. What does that follow-up look like? The gold is in the follow-up. Maybe it's direct outreach. Again, maybe you're great with cold calling and all that kind of stuff. Open houses we talked about, first-time home buyer and investor workshops. Maybe it's retirement. Maybe it's trust webinars, anything like that. You can bring vendors in to help you, so it's not just you doing those. But man, the folks that are the agents I know that are doing the new home buyer webinars, they're getting a lot of attendees. They're running meta ads to get attendees to go in their specific market. And again, the follow-up is key, but they're getting appointments from those. So you just got to be creative. But the whole point of this packet and for today's conversation is for you yourself to understand the lead gen pillars in your business. We are business owners. We can't just wait for someone to call us. We have to be actively and proactive out there, bringing in those leads into these funnels. Okay, so networking, again, maybe you're working with your lender, or you're with a BNI group or some type of collaboration like that. Maybe you're reaching out. One of your lead gen pillars is reaching out to local businesses and connecting with the owner, and you're doing some advertising pieces for them, or you're including them in your marketing, right? Maybe around, a listing you have or whatnot, or the farm that you live in, and you're connecting with them. Who do business owners know? Especially local business owners, local people, right? So leverage that. That could be a great source for you, but you have to identify it And then you have to identify what those daily tasks are to work that lead gen pillar. Some niche ones that we briefly talked about, right? Military, veteran, maybe probate and divorce, the luxury market, first-time home buyers, educating them and working that. So you could get super specific in that niche lead gen part. We talked about paid advertising. Again, maybe you're running these ads. YouTube ads are fantastic. I've got agents that are posting their number one organically, not YouTube paid ads, posting organic video content on YouTube and killing it. The main source for their listings. Main source. We all consume video content. Just depends on what platform you're on. Okay. But maybe you're not great in being in video, and that's okay. Over time, it gets better. I was on a call earlier this morning and I told this group too. I was the kid in school that could, oh my gosh, when they call my name and have to go up there and present, guys, I know there's people on the call that are like this, right? You start sweating and you get nervous and you can hear it in your voice, all that stuff. I would have never in a million years imagined that I do what I do. Talk to people, right? It's crazy. But over time, it gets easier, right? With everything, just like going back to the analogy of learning how to drive a car or your phone or whatever it is, over time, you get better at it. And here's the thing with video marketing, guys, you don't have to necessarily be in it. Faceless videos are still powerful as long as it is good content. Don't just check the box and put out, something that's not great. That's a reflection on you and your business. Make sure it's valuable. Next time you put a piece of content or something out to the world, what does it look like? Watch it, read it, analyze it. Does it bring value to you? Does it bring value to you? If the answer is no, pivot, edit it, change it. What type of content would you want to see? Educational content is huge right now. And you can absolutely do that in faceless videos. You don't have to be in it. Or maybe it's a faceless video and there's text on the screen or, captions, and you're doing a voice recording on your phone and uploading it. And that's going to be the audio part. Maybe you're better at audio, right? Maybe the camera being on you just chokes you up and makes you nervous. Maybe audio is fine. Okay. It works as long as the content is good. Your database and CRM, right? You need to have structure, organization, have a solid CRM or database that you can house all this information in, house all your leads and contacts in so that you can stay organized and nothing falls through the cracks. And of course, there's those online lead sources, Zillow, Realtor, Homes.com, all that good stuff. Homes.com, I'm having a lot of agents have success with that. And the thing that they love most about their program is they don't sell you to 15 other different agents. You're the agent. You're the listing agent. Okay. So, and that lead goes to you. So a lot of cool stuff going on with that one. Geographic farming. Again, not going to happen overnight. It takes time, but maybe that's one of your 5 pillars, one of your 3 pillars. Got an agent in San Diego that is now doing over 3 million in GCI a year from that farm in San Diego. Sure, it's over 30,000 homes, right? It's expensive. They started with 1,000, still kind of a lot, right? You got to decide what your budget is, but they just kept reinvesting. Okay, they saw the power. On the call earlier today, someone asked, at what point do you pivot or realize that something's not working? You need to give it time. Again, day 1, day 2, week 1, week 4, you got to give it time. I'd say 90 days. You got to give something 90 days, right? That you're truly committing to. Every day you're focused on it. Every day you're taking that hour to work that pillar or pillars. Okay? Takes time, but farming is a great thing. It depends on the market. Every market's different. Maybe some markets do better in certain categories or pillars than others. But my rebuttal to that is those that are more consistent will always come out ahead. Okay. So don't give up because you're generating leads and you've called them 3 times and you just haven't, got in touch with them. We're on their timeline. We have to keep trying until they say, go away, do not want to talk to you, whatever it may be. Right? You got to keep trying. Don't give up on that. So step 2 is once you know yourself, and here's the thing, a lot of you may have done a DISC assessment at some point. So you understand how you work as a person, your preferred communication, how you communicate. That's not important just for your clients and prospects so that you can understand how they communicate, but yourself as well. So way to better, position yourself in the certain pillars that you're actually going to find success in. Again, if you're not a fan of cold calling, don't do it. There's many other ways to do it. Or if that's something that you want to commit to and get better at, then commit to it and get better at it. It's just going to take some time, and that's okay, right? This is a long-term game. Step 2, you're going to choose which one of these, again, 3 to 5 that you're going to work. Okay. So step 1, how you are, right? Your DISC assessment can go into this. What are your natural talents? What comes easier for you naturally? You're going to choose your pillars, what that looks like. In step 3, we start step 1 and 2 are the easy ones. Those are the easy ones. It's step 3 and beyond that get a little bit more difficult. So now we're going to create what that daily prospecting plan looks like. We know our natural talents and skills. We've identified our lead pillars that we're going to hone in on and commit to. But now, what does that daily prospecting or action plan look like? So, you're going to write down your 3 to 5 lead gen pillars here. And then you're going to write down those 3 to 5 tasks that you need to focus on each day. So maybe it's calling 5 to 10 contacts in your sphere, having those friendly conversations. Again, they know you're in real estate. It's going to come up, right? Especially you're talking about, what they like to do for fun, their occupation, their dreams, what they like to, their goals, all that kind of stuff. They're going to ask you, oh, how are you? How's business? Right? Be ready. Be ready for that. It's going to come up. Or maybe, you're following up, you did an open house and now you're following up with handwritten notes or follow-up packets or something in there. Okay. Maybe you're going to record and post some content for Instagram or YouTube. Maybe you're following up on all those online leads you're generating or OpCity or any of those other sources that you're getting those leads. But what does that look like? More times than not, we don't have an actual prospecting plan each day. We kind of just fly by the seat of our pants or, we don't really know, right? That's why I wanted to create this. So you can have this next to your computer on a daily basis. So you're seeing it and you're committing to it. Start small. Okay. Start small and grow from there. You don't have to, spend 3 hours a day prospecting. Start with 15 minutes. Just get in that habit, but 15 minutes every day for week 1. And then maybe week 2, you're going to 30 minutes. Week 4, you're going to an hour, right? And then beyond, maybe now you're doing 2 hours. Consistency. I'd rather you guys start small and be consistent than go all in, be exhausted. Oh man, I called 100 people today, got told no, spent 4 hours, got nowhere. You're going to be exhausted. You will get there. Just start small. All right. The other thing too is, identifying what is taking up your time every day. That's part of this process too. Right? Time blocking changed my life. It really did. So what is it? What are the tasks that are consuming you every single day? Is it a revenue generating task or is it busy work? Is it, I'm going to use this example because I used it earlier and it's because I truly don't like paperwork. So TCs are a godsend for me. Transaction coordinators are phenomenal. Okay. They leverage them. Let them help you. It is worth the $300, $400, $500, whatever it is that you're paying at close of escrow. It's not even money out of your pocket. And now you just gain back hours of your time to focus on those lead generating tasks. What are some of the other things? Maybe you need help posting social media content or coming up with ideas or whatever it is. Man, there's so many resources available to us that we could leverage those. My point is in your day-to-day, I want you guys to look at what are those tasks that are taking up your time and pulling you away from the one thing that's going to fill your business funnel, that's going to fill your pipeline. We can either wait for the referral to come in or for a market shift or whatever it is, or we can take action and be proactive in our business so that we can make sure that we have consistency. And that if there is a shift or something happens in the industry or in general, or one of our lead sources dries up, cool, I've got 4 others coming in, right? And then whether we need to pivot that lead source or massage it in a different way or whatever we need to do, we still have business coming in. Our pipeline is still filling up. But again, as you guys go through this, take a look at what's consuming your time every single day. There's things that you're just not going to get away from, right? We have kids, we have events, things like that. But at some point, you have to make a conscious decision that no matter what, whether it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes, I'm doing this on a daily basis. Okay? And TCs cannot give them enough credit for what they do. All right, step 4. Again, pro tip down here, I just said start small and build momentum. That is, when I work with agents, start small, right? Go from there. Don't get overwhelmed. How much time are you going to dedicate to prospecting? How much time on a daily basis are you going to dedicate? Things to think about, right? Things to think about. You're either going to spend time, it's going to lead generation and prospecting and things in your business. You're either going to have to write a check for it or you have sweat equity, meaning you're doing it. Okay. So maybe you don't have enough funds yet to, pay out to leverage or delegate some things, which is fine. You will get there. Just means that you got to dedicate that time. Okay. You got to time block and commit to that. Why did you get in this business? What is your driving force behind what you are doing? You got into this, but you got your license for a reason. Something enticed you. Sure, money's a factor, absolutely. But there's other reasons too. More time with family, flexibility. Maybe you had a poor experience and you want to help elevate and change the industry standard. Okay, or maybe it's a niche thing, veterans, teachers, first responders, whatever it may be. Okay, what is that driving force that's going to help you wake up every day and accomplish the revenue generating tasks? We got a little form here or a little chart that you can track your progress. Again, having this in front of you each day will help you, will at least remind you. It'll be haunting you sitting there. But as you go through this, what is your lead gen pillars, the activities you completed, leads you've generated, any follow-ups you need? But the other part of it is adjusting and improving. So reflect on the week, right? Once you're done with the week, okay, how is my lead generation or my lead pillars this week? This source, I had this much action in. I spent this much time in it. This was the result. You want to do that for all of your lead pillars. What needs to be improved? Were you not consistent with those calls? Maybe you committed to 30 minutes a day and one day you did 25, another you did 15, one day you did 30, whatever it is, right? So maybe the following week, now you're going to be more consistent. Or maybe your open rate was low in your newsletter, so now you're going to try different subject lines. Leverage AI to help you with that. I need to improve my script for maybe you're cold calling and you want to get better at that or reach out to expireds. This got the most engagement. When I use this type of language, it worked well, as opposed to when I went right into this, boom, they shut me off, right? You got to find what that looks like, what's going to work for you. So then you can focus on what you're going to do differently for the next week. Now you're going to time block for that core hour in the morning. Or maybe you're going to tweak those subject lines, like I said, or you're going to get better scripting, or you were running Facebook ads and you're not getting a whole lot of engagement or something. So now you're going to try different creative. Okay. Or you're testing different content for social media. But when we constantly start to track and identify those lead gen pillars, those activities that is going to be the driving force behind those pillars and the results, we can improve and get better. but we don't know that until we do it, right? We don't have the data until we do that. And remember, you have to commit for consistency. Consistency is going to be the winning champion across really all things in life. We get really good at things when we spend time focusing on it, right? Just like understanding the contract. We take classes to understand the contract better, to learn negotiation skills. Maybe you want to get better at speaking. So now you're taking classes or doing some self-improvement on how to be a better public speaker. So you could do some webinars, or so you could do some in-person events, right? You got to, of course, track your progress. What does that look like? And then adjust and improve. Be open and willing to pivot, but give it enough time to simmer so that you have enough data and results to understand why it's not working. Doing something for a week and saying it doesn't work, that doesn't work. That's not a good mindset or process. We have to give it time. We have to give it time. That's why I say that 90-day window is usually, you're going to definitely have enough data, results, and information to know if that's going to work or not in there. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any of these other, again, so maybe some of your example plans is for referrals, maybe you're going to dedicate, 3 coffee meetups a week or 3 lunches a week or whatever it may be. Social media, maybe you're going to commit to 4 times a week. You're posting good content. You're not just paying for something to be auto pushed out there. Good content. You have to connect with them. Maybe you're going to spend 2 hours a week monitoring and optimizing those paid ads. And the big piece of that is you're going to have to spend a majority of that time following up those leads. Okay. When someone calls, when I was doing pay-per-click and follow-ups, I had one time, I called a lady and she seemed like in a rush. She goes, I got to take my dog's sick. I got to take him to the vet. No worries. Hey, you know what? I'm going to call you back later this week to see how the dog's doing. Right? Not, hey, but one moment. I have a market update for you. Or, you're saying, I'll call you back later this week. No, I wanted to be empathetic. Talk about, I want to focus on dogs. So of course I called back and, hey, and just wanted to call and see how the dog's doing. So much better. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. Just that empathy and human touch lowers the guard. Okay. So if you are trying to make calls, you want to get better at that. Just know you're talking to a human. Talk to them how you would want to be talked to. Right? Don't just blurt out a bunch of sell stuff. It's not how we build business. We're all consumers. We don't like that on there. And for the record, we ended up closing a condo for her. Okay, so it does work, but you got to keep following up. Okay, it took a few more times after that, but you got to keep following up with those. So what does that plan look like? Any questions on the lead gen pillars? Do we feel like we could definitely get better at our daily tasks in terms of revenue generating? Where's our focus at? Whether it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes a day, but you're turning your phone over or you're shutting it off, or you're shutting the door from the kids, the husband or wife or whoever it may be, or you're going to a quiet place just so that you can focus and do that. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to get you in the mindset and in the environment that you need to be in to make sure that that's happening. So what I encourage you guys to do, and I'm going to show you where to get this, is step 1, and you probably have already been thinking about this. And if you've been in this business for a long time, this is still very good for you, because most agents that have been here a long time, they're referral based, or they don't have a set process or plan in place. Okay, so this benefits everybody, but you want to look back at other work that you've done or just things that you enjoy. Which one of these are you just naturally good at? Can you just be in a coffee shop and spark up a conversation with anybody? That was my mother. Oh my gosh, everywhere we went, the woman knew somebody or she just started a random conversation. That is not me, especially outside of work, right? But maybe that's something you're good at. So you want to go through these and take a look at those. And then with that information, even your DISC assessment, if you've done one, you can come in here and take a look at the different pillars and decide which ones you're going to commit to. 3 to 5, guys. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't be that investor. Okay. You lose everything in Bitcoin because it crashed or whatever it is. Not that I have anything against Bitcoin, because we'll see where it goes, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay. And then what are those daily tasks, revenue generating tasks that you can focus on each day in that time period that you're time blocking? And during this process, what are the tasks or things that you're doing that aren't revenue generating that you can delegate? Okay, think about that. Whether it's paid or, you're using AI or other technology to help you to save time. That's the biggest objection I get from agents is, oh, I just don't have time. We have time. Trust and believe. If I spent 24 hours with you, I will identify multiple hours. Guaranteed. Okay. So what does that look like on that daily basis? Then you're going to track. You're going to figure out where you need to improve or what you can do differently, what's working, what's not working. And then you're going to pivot. This isn't I'm going to say this is what I'm doing and that's the end be all. You're going to have to pivot at some point. You're going to have to add in things or switch things up. You're going to have to get creative. But you can only do that when you're tracking this and following it. Okay. So real quick, let me jump in the chat real quick to see. Got any questions? Just one. Oh, she said that. Charity, yes, this will be recorded. This will be recorded. So you guys will get a copy. Yes, I'm going to give you, Debbie, I'm going to show you guys where you can get a copy of this right now. Debbie, if you send me an email, justin@blueprintpro.com, no E in Blueprint. Let me put that in there real quick. Blueprintpro.com. I can help you with that disc assessment. Or I'm sorry, I just saw Emma sent it there too. I didn't scroll far enough. Awesome, Eddie. I'm glad this is going to make it easier. Okay, guys. So if you didn't know, I have my own company. We are an all-inclusive training, coaching, and marketing company and platform, free for real estate agents. Okay. The driving force behind the last several years being in this business, I have a passion for learning, education, and helping agents. So this platform is dedicated to all of you guys. What you can do is go to blueprintpro.com. Let me put that in the chat so it's easier. You guys can just click a link. Create account, free up here, okay? You're just going to do that. I already have an account, so I'm going to log in. When you log in, you're going to be pushed into your dashboard. Okay. I'm not going to go over everything. I just want to show you guys. If you scroll down on the main page, this is where you can go and download. You just click download and it literally opens it up in the PDF for you. You can go and print this, save it, whatever you need to do. Okay. Work it on a daily basis, print multiple. Maybe you need to start over, whatever it is. Okay. But this is where you're going to go. You're going to go into your dashboard, scroll down, and then you can come in and download there. There's lots of resources in here. I'm not going to go over it today, but again, free. You can go and create an account and take advantage of all the resources that are in there currently and that you're going to be able to take advantage of in the future. Any questions? I want to do open Q&A. Any questions, anything, feedback, things that are working?
Are we going to be able to find the outline that you went over today on that website?
Yep, right here. So once you log in, here, let me do it again.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So click the link in the thing or go to blueprintpro.com. Remember, there's no E in Blueprint, blueprintpro.com. You're going to create an account. Okay, you're going to click that. It's going to ask you for some information. Again, completely free. I already have an account, so let me sign in. I'm going to log in. When you first log in, this is your main dashboard. Just scroll down. I put it on the very first page so you guys don't have to go hunting for it. Right here, click this download button. Boom. It's going to open it up. You can save this PDF, download, print, whatever you need to do.
Is there any upgrades within your website for something? Or is it just as is?
It is completely free for agents. We are, it is free for agents. There's no monthly membership, nothing like that. Now we are continuously adding things in here. We have a marketing vault. So every month you're going to get a marketing kit in here, social media posts, blog prompt posts, flyers, marketing pieces, tons of stuff in there. Okay, so you'll be able to access that. Down here, we're in the process of uploading lots of other marketing assets for you guys. The course library is available. Again, talking about things, all things in real estate. We got homes.com, masterclass, tons of things in here. So you can search. In addition to, we do live sessions, and those will be released here in the coming week as well. Altos data, this is free for you guys. All you have to do is click on that. If you haven't had Altos before, this is active live data. You're just going to click this button to search any city or zip code in the United States. So if I were, let's do Temecula. View report, bam, it's all interactive. You get to see all this different data. You get to share, download these reports. These are great for listing appointments, buyer consultations, all that good stuff. And of course, we're going to have additional classes and stuff on this as well. But this platform is 100% free for agents for you to go in and use. Awesome, guys. Mina, yes, if you reach out to me, shoot me an email, justin@blueprintpro.com, and I'll be able to help you connect with a coach for that.
What is the email?
Justin@blueprintpro.com.
Okay.
Here, I'll throw it in the chat. At blueprintpro.com. But guys, please don't just, I'm all about action. So don't just take in today's information and walk away. Go there, create your free account, download this packet here, start filling it out, and just have a much more clear vision on where your lead sources are going to come from and the lead pillars that you guys are going to focus on every day to make sure that you are consistent in your business. Awesome, guys. I really, really appreciate you all coming today and attending. We will see you in the next training, and hopefully you guys can capture some more business soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.